Okay, well, I've been kind of putting this one off. It's because it's not a pleasant story. It's not like fun, and there's people out there that won't want to hear it and that will deny it, that it ever happened. But it happened. I was there, and I remember it very clearly. But some people will not want to believe that this happened. But when the next memory I remember after those things when I was really little and when I lived with my mom when my dad and her were divorced. The next thing I remember was when I moved in with my dad and his new wife. And everybody else went to the wedding, but my mom kept me from the wedding, so I never met her. This was my very first time meeting her. But we had all of our stuff packed on the front porch. We were sitting there, and it was summertime. It was hot. It was so hot. And we sat there for hours on that front porch waiting and waiting. And she finally showed up. And of course, like, I just got taken away from my mom. I'm hot. I'm tired. All my stuff is sitting on a front porch. Someplace I've never been before. I think I'm like 5 years old. I don't know anybody here. I don't know what's going on. You know, nobody's telling me nothing. And so I got a bit of an attitude, you know. I'm like, I'm not happy. And so anyway, Terry sees this and she opens up the door and she leads everybody in and shows them where their bedrooms are. And then she takes me out to the garage and shuts the door. And she tells me, listen, mister, you can dislike me, but I can hate you. And that was my very first introduction to my stepmom. And yeah, it didn't get any better, let me tell you that. She was not a fan of me. She did not like me at all. I mean, she saw things in me like she would she would always say how smart I was and like stuff like that, but like that was the extent. I got punished if I didn't get straight A's. I got beat, you know. I remember Rob had me pinned on the ground one time, just pounding on my face. I'm just covered with blood, just blood all over my face, all over me. I'm like, I think 9 years old, maybe 11, but somewhere right in that range. But he's got me pinned on the ground. And he's just pounding on my face, and I yell out, "Fuck you!" And then I see Terry come running out of the house, and I'm like, "Oh my God, she's gonna save me, thank God!" And she shoves Rob off of me, and then she picks me up by the ear and takes me inside and takes me into not into the bathroom, but all the way through her room, dragging me by the ear the whole way. And she takes me into the bathroom in her and my dad's bedroom and proceeds to take a bar of soap and try and shove it in my mouth. And I'm not having it. You know, I'm got my teeth clenched. I'm not letting it happen. So she shoved that bar through the cracks in my teeth and just shoved as hard as she could. And she got that bar about halfway into my mouth. That might be an exaggeration. We'll say at least she got a good portion of it into my mouth. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it was squished up into my gums and stuff, but yeah, she definitely tried to force that fucking bar of soap into my mouth, and I was not having it. And she finally gave up, but I had soap all through my teeth and everything. But yeah, uh, anyway, that's kind of how my childhood went. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that, but there's a couple little stories that were not pleasant. They were not pleasant, but you know what? We learn from those things. And I was a child when that happened. I was a victim. But if I ever let somebody do that to me as an adult, I'm victimizing myself because I'm allowing it to happen. Now, I wouldn't suggest trying it because I would not sit and stand for that. I'm a nice guy, but I have my lines, and if you cross them, you're gonna find out that I can be a not nice guy to you. But I prefer to be a nice guy. I really do. I prefer to spread positivity. I like to see people smile. I love making people laugh. It's like, you know, life is too short. We gotta enjoy it while we're here. This ride is way too short. You'll see. When you get to be my age, you'll see. You'll start to realize, man, I swear, just last week I was 14, wreaking havoc. And now I just blinked my fucking eye, took a little nap, and rumple fucking stillskin all of a sudden. But anyway, I just want to kind of share that with you. That's kind of some of how my childhood went. There was funner times. There was a lot of good times, but we'll get to those next time.